Hey guys, I'd like to welcome you to physics. My name is Lee Craig. I've been asked to teach this class this semester, and you might be at Midlands Tech, you might be at Piedmont Tech, whatever. I'm kind of filling in over there. So wherever you might be, whatever semester it is, I just kind of wanted to walk you through this first little thing. We're here in the lab today, and wanted to introduce myself and let you get started on this. So it's real simple. You log into D2L. There are some notes right here that you should see, and those are going to run for the whole semester. Kind of that's all the information that you need to know. I was just going to walk you through that today. You can see here that there's an algebra base and a calculus based version of this class. That's important. If you go off to USC, Clemson somewhere and want to do chemistry or engineering or physics or something, you really need the calculus based one. So make sure that you're in the right class. We will have this right here, the D2L content browser has everything that you need in it. So let me show you where that is. It's right here on the on D2L. Slightly different place for Piedmont, but that's okay. You'll find it. I believe it's up at the top about here, content, something like that. But if you click the content browser, you're going to have a big list of stuff. The syllabus should be there. And the first thing that you're going to have is a policy quiz. So just click on that and take the little policy quiz and make sure that you understand how this works and that you really want to do it and all that. That does establish that you started the class and has to do with who stays in and doesn't. So do that first. You actually won't be able to see anything else until you do that. So that's a good thing to do. Once you've done that policy quiz, then you should be able to see the items here. Kinematics is the first topic in Physics 1. Heat and thermodynamics, first topic in Physics 2, whether you're in algebra or the calculus base. But there's going to be a list of things here to do. And you just start at the top of this list, excuse me, and you work all the way to the bottom. So it's pretty straightforward. It's all right there for you. I want to make this as available and as accessible as possible, and keep it as straightforward as possible. Physics is not hard. It's how things work. It's very common sense, very practical, very useful field of study. We do use math. Sometimes people get confused about the math, but that math review right there is kind of the first step. Just to kind of go through, make sure you got the right kind of calculator, you know how to use it, you understand the concept of metric conversions and that kind of thing. Some little simple stuff. Every time there's a video, though, there will immediately be a LOP. Now, LOP is a word that I made up, obviously. To me, it means learning opportunity. All of these LOPs follow the video. So you watch the video, you do the questions, and you actually get 3 attempts on each of those LOPs. You don't have to do it but once, but you do it, one time and you get a 60 on it and say, well, that's okay, but I'd like to do better. Evidently, I don't understand it. You go take it again, and again, if you have to, up to 3 times, and the highest grade counts. So it's a good opportunity to improve your grade right there on the LOPs. The LOPs count 25%. Midlands 30% at Piedmont, and that's a good way to pull your grade up. Go do the LOPs, and if you've got some extra attempts, try it again. Right? It's more practice. It's more getting to know this material and working with it. Right here, these are little trailers that kind of demonstrate some things. I did not make these videos, but they're kind of fun. They're only a minute and a half. So check those out to get some real life practical uses for the things that we're talking about. Here's another video. That's mine, lecture video. That would be just like coming to class. It's the same thing that I would do if you were actually sitting here in class, and then you've got a set of questions about it, okay? And one thing about these LOPs, you've got to have at least a 50 or the test will not open, okay? Now the test is down here at the bottom of the thing right there, test 1. So you want to have all of this stuff done by The deadline, you say, well, when's the deadline? That's always on that first sheet here. So the test deadlines are right there in the middle. And yours may be different depending on whether it's summer, or spring, or fall, whatever. But you know, the test one deadline here is May 27th, and you should have that whole section done right here. This is the biggest chunk of it, so do not put this off. You need to jump on it. You need to watch these videos. You need to do the practices, these LOPs. We also have labs scattered in there that you need to do. And let me just pull this one up right here. This is the projectile lab. When you see it, it won't look like this. It'll look more like this right here. And then you can say, I want to start that assessment. And there'll be a number of questions here, right? And they're dealing with the things we've already been dealing with on the lectures and the LOPs. So it should all look really familiar. This particular one here, you're going to get some stuff, a little ball, a little car, golf ball, marble, Hot Wheels car, anything that'll roll, okay? And it asks you to roll it and time how long it takes. You can get a stopwatch app on your computer. You know, just come here, stopwatch. You shouldn't have to buy anything for this class. You know, if you need to, just hit stop, reset, whatever you got to do. But, you know, do the thing, put your answer here, keep going, check whatever you're supposed to do. Some of these are multiple selects, so mark everything that applies. It should say something like that when it is. Some of them are multiple choice, and you can only select one. But just fill it in. Everything is here in D2L. It automatically grades it. It'll show you your grade and what you did on it and everything. As soon as you hit submit is down here at the bottom. And the same way with the LOPs, same way with the test. Everything's right here in D2L, just to make it as uniform and all feel the same as when you do this thing. There are certain ideas, certain principles that I really want you to learn here. And once you learn those principles, then you can use those principles to solve other problems. So don't get to the test thinking, well, every problem that's on the test I've already seen. I want you making new stuff. I want you to figure out new things, because that's what we do in physics. That's the game here. Some of you are going on to be engineers, and physics is the basis of engineering. Engineering is applied physics, making new stuff with our understanding of the universe. So that's important. You can see here, though, that you know, this might be a typical problem. How far will a cannonball go if it's up on a 15-meter cliff and you shoot it at 140 meters per second? We call those word problems. That's this whole semester, okay? Learning to do these problems. Now, this one, this lab has a link right here. And so when you get down to question 4, they want you to click this link, and it should bring up a little simulation that you can see right here. And you can interact with this thing. You can change the height of the cannon. You can change the angle of the cannon. You can change the speed that the cannonball leaves right there. But when you push the red button, it's going to fire a cannonball, and you can see what happens here. So there's all sorts of things that you can do with this. I want you to play with it. I want you to goof around and say, can I hit the target there? That one kind of missed. Maybe if I lowered it down, lowered the cannon, you know, and just goof with it here, and you know, think about what that means in real life, and how we could predict what's going to happen based on these factors. That's the whole essence of physics there. The height of the cannon matters, the angle matters, the speed matters, and we build a formula that has those ideas into it, and that's what we call physics. Okay, we're trying to learn how to do that. So the more that you goof with this, play with the simulation, play with the practice problems and the LOPs and labs and everything, then the more familiar you get with that, and the better you are able to solve those test questions. That's what we're trying to do here. It's a different kind of class. You're not trying to memorize anything. For each test, you can bring a 3x5 index card that has the formulas, that has all these principles on it, and example problems, pictures, whatever you want. But 3x5, please. and both sides. But that's what we're trying to do. So going back here again, a little description of what we're doing. We've talked about the video lectures. We talked about the LOPs. We talked about the labs. We've talked a little bit about the test there, but all that information is there. We will have a Zoom help session every week. And whenever I have other sections that are doing the same thing, you're welcome to jump in on those. This particular semester is summer. I've only got one 201, one first semester physics. So Tuesday at 12:10 is what we've got. Your section, your semester, your class, your school will have whatever right there. But all you ever got to do is click that link right there. Always the same link. There's never a password. It's just right there for you, as simple as possible. And then I do record them and post those up on the website. So right here, you could click and it will take you to a list of these. This is last semester's first semester, second semester right there. I'll redo that as it comes around. But if you miss a class, if you got to go to work or jury duty or whatever, then you can come here and check and see what we did. Again, these are help sessions. I want you to watch the videos, work the problems, and figure out what you need help with and bring those questions in. Okay. I'm not going to be going through the whole material. It's already on the video. You already saw that. It's about, I don't understand this. Can you help me with that? I'd like to work some more problems. Can you make up some? And I'll go, yes, 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 yes. And we will do it until it makes sense. Okay. There also here on office hours, just call me, text me, email me. All my contact information is down here at the bottom. I've got a phone number that comes to my phone. It's not my actual phone number, but it comes to my phone. And you can call that or text that at pretty much any time. You know, let's cut it off, 9 o'clock or something. But at night I got to sleep sometime. But send me a text. That's a great way to say, I don't get this problem. And then I can come back and say, did you try this? Or use this principle. Here's the formula, whatever. That's kind of the quick and easy way to get some help right there. My email address is right there. Piedmont's got a different one, that's fine. But just click the link and send me an email or copy paste it, whatever you need to do. The Zoom's always right there. I do have an office phone number, and that gets forwarded if you left a message on my office answering machine. That would get forwarded to my email. You could do it that way, whatever. But I do want you to stay in touch, and I do want you to ask questions, and I do want you to do well in this and go on and do great things. Okay, that's what we're trying to do here. Learn the material, pass the class with a great grade, and then go use physics everywhere around you, especially if you're an engineering major, a medical major, whatever. That's how all of this stuff works. So it's good to understand that. This class website is here. There's a couple other things I'd like to point out on the class website. You can go here. The easiest thing to do is just search PWR physics. It's always the same, PWR physics, do like that. And it should be the first thing that pops up right there. There is a section of useful information for Physics 1 and for Physics 2. These are the Zoom recitations. There's a little bit of more stuff and frequently asked questions and all that. Contact information's down at the bottom again, and some links mostly for me, but you can use them too. Let me show you the Physics 1 here, because that's kind of what we've been talking about. If you click on this, I've got each test. Here's test 1, kinematics, and the chapter numbers, if you're following along. I didn't say anything about the book, so let me do that real quick. There is a link right here, the textbook. It's a free download. It's a really good book. All you got to do is click right there, and you will get the textbook that we have. It's from a company called OpenStax, and they're trying to lower the cost of education, which I am all in favor of. And they make nice quality, good peer-reviewed books. I've been using this one almost 10 years now. So I guess it is 10 years now. And it's good stuff. Okay. It's at least as good as the book that people used to pay $300 for. I don't think a book, I've never seen a book worth $300. So go get the free download and read along. Use it as a resource. It's got work problems. It's got examples and pictures and all kind of stuff that's useful, and I think you'll like it. But that's the book. Where'd we go? Okay, Physics 1. I'll click it again. You should have the syllabus is here. Some practice test problems, so you can see what's happening with that. Your chapter numbers. Here's all the formulas and variables and stuff that we need to know. For this first test, there's a little bit of physics stuff. These 5 formulas, particularly if you're in the calculus-based version, you've got a couple more. And then there's some stuff that we need about trig and vectors and vector addition. If you're in 221, the calculus-based, then you need some vector multiplication ideas in there. But that's the material for test 1. And it's all right there for you. The videos are linked here. They're also linked over in D2L. These are some of the sims that I like. Kind of like that one, you know, right there's the shoot the cannonball problem. Some other stuff. And I might be adding more as we go along. But here's test 2. The ideas. You can see it's a little shorter list right there. We had to get some stuff out of the way for test 1. And so there's just all the materials there. I took all of these ideas and put it into one page called the cheat sheet, called the toolbox here. So you might want to hit print on that and keep that around. You can see it's broken. Here's test 1 and test 2, test 3, 4, 5. A little bit of extra stuff, the Greek alphabet, order of operations, metric conversions, some stuff like that. But that's the whole class right there on that one sheet of paper. Okay, I like to get things where I can see them, where I can break them down and understand what's going on with them. Not trying to make this confusing or befuddling or hard or abstract or anything. I want you to understand it and go and do great things. This back of the page would be the second semester. So if you're in 202 or 222, then you could use or just print page 2 of it or print both sides. Sometimes physics 2 stuff ties back to the physics 1 stuff. So having that on one sheet of paper where you can turn it over, physics 1, physics 2 sounds like a nice idea. When you get your note card ready for the test, you may want to look at this and make sure you've got all the ideas and that's all there. So that's up there for you. I think that's all of that. I also mentioned this practice problems. I'll wave that at you real quick. Practice test problems right there. You can see test 1. Here's some typical problems. Test 2, typical problems. The answers are there, so you could work these, see how you did. And I don't think that's applicable. Let's keep going and see if that's bogus or not. And so use that as you will. And do whatever you got to do. All right. Here's your responsibility in this. Get busy. Okay. That's your responsibility. Get busy. Go watch the videos, go do the problems, and make a list of questions that you don't understand, things that I said that didn't make sense, and bring it to Zoom help session. Send me a text, send me an email, call me, whatever. It helps me immensely if you can tell me who you are. I've got a whole bunch of classes and whole bunch of students, and if you can say I'm in 201, my name's Fred Jones, that gets me started. Okay, and then tell me what your issue is, which question is, and we'll try to get through it. This is not like any other class you've ever taken unless you're in engineering. We're not memorizing anything. You've got the card to work with, you got the cheat sheet. So it's about problem solving, and you got to use math to do that. And if you're not up on your math, you will be by the end of the semester. Okay, so don't be scared of it. You can do this. Don't get behind. Do your homework early and often. You got to practice this stuff. It's like anything else. You want to learn to ride a bike or cook muffins or sew embroidery, whatever it is, paint portraits. You got to practice. Okay, and that homework, those practice problems, the lot problems are that practice. I really like to draw a picture. If you can just draw a little doodle of a car going down the road and put your numbers in where things are happening. You'll see me do that all semester. If I can see it, I can understand what's going on. I can figure out what to do with it. Okay, so that's an important part of it. You need to figure out what the variables are. Find a formula that uses those variables. Right here, where was that? One of these problems right here. Find the time that it takes a stone to fall 13 meters. Okay, set the cannon 13 meters, right? Whatever. And if you can say, well, 13 meters is my height, that's my y distance up and down. The time is what they're looking for. Finding all those variables and putting that together is an important part of that. You need to watch the units really closely. We like to measure things in meters and in kilograms and in seconds. And then you can combine meters and kilograms and seconds and get different units like newtons and joules, and I'll show you all of that. But watts, whatever. Ask for help. Don't get behind. Okay. You got a problem? Let me know about it. If you've got an issue, I want to know about it so that we can work around it. If you get sick, if you get in a wreck, I've had people have babies. I've had people have heart attacks. I've had people go to jail. I've seen it all. Okay. You let me know what's going on. I can work with you. We can get through it. Okay. If you just stop coming, there's not a whole lot I can do for you. Okay. So stay in touch, stay active, get busy, right? Enjoy it. I think this is kind of fun stuff. And I hope you like it as much as I do. I think that's what I wanted to do here. Just kind of walk you through that, let you see some of the parts and the resources that are out there. And look forward to seeing you on the Zoom help sessions. Those are optional. So if you've got work or something, catch it on the recording or send me emails, find some other avenue. I'm there if you want to meet at some other time. Just send me a note and say, can we get on Zoom Thursday at 3? And if I can swing it, I will. Okay. I'm here to help. So let me know what I can do for you. Thanks. And I hope you have a great semester. I hope you learn all this and works out great for you. Have a great day. Thanks.